Hey Warren, this is Natalie Ward. And in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do today to bring more customers to your business. We're going to talk about content, citations, and backlinks. And most likely, you're sitting there asking yourself, why am I doing this and what's in it for me? Well, you're occupied running a business, managing employees, and probably visiting job sites yourself. And I'm a nerd and I love this shit. And I go to work for people that I care about. And sometimes the only hesitation that business owners have in hiring someone is that they don't know who is an expert and who to trust. I have found that by giving people an easy, free attack plan of actual things that you can do to impact your business has resulted in some local business owners saying, I like you, Natalie, please do this for me. So if by the end of this video you like what you hear and you want to reach back out, great. We can chat more. Or if you simply want to take this plan I gave you and do it yourself, that works for me too. So now let me show you these 3 things that will set your company above your competition and not waste any more of your time or mine. So the first thing that I want to go over is content. Content is queen. And Google is not a human. Behind the scenes, they have these tiny little minion robots who are scanning the net, looking for keywords linked with a specific location to best serve their searchers. And so most business owners know that they need content, but they don't know that the average amount of content for sites ranking on Google for pest control is 1,500 to 2,500 words. So for you to show up at the top of Google, you need to add at least 1,500 words on your homepage with the right content that is key rich. Right now, so if we look at your site, you have a beautiful site, lots of colors, some pictures, very easy to navigate, right? But there isn't a whole lot of content. So when we highlight your the amount of content and we plug it into the word counter, you guys are sitting at 426 words. Okay. And so also what counts as what's your pictures are saved as. So if we look at your photos, this is saved as rainbow pest control, which is great, but it's not like a buyer intent keyword that people are searching for. This is a brand keyword. And I'll show you the difference between those here in a minute. So I've pulled up your competition's website, Blue Sky Pest, and they have a little bit more content than you guys. And they're also ranking for some more keywords. But looking at their pictures, they're also not optimized for keywords. Okay, so they are sitting at 917 words of content. So this tool is one that I use. It's called Ahrefs. I pay a couple $100 a month for it. And it essentially gives me a behind the scenes details that Google is looking at when it comes to ranking a site. So this is your competition's website. This is Blue Sky Pest, and they're currently ranking for over 7,000 keywords. So if we look in here, we can see like their top keywords: rodent control Phoenix. It's getting a search volume of almost 2,000 a month. Pest control Phoenix is getting over 4,500 a month. Okay. So let's take pest control Phoenix, for example, and look at your site. So here is your site, and you guys are currently ranking for 7 keywords. And these are all, so when I was talking about the brand specific rainbow pest control, which is getting a volume of 250 people a month, you guys are in the 3rd position for that, which you should be number 1, right? This is your your baby. So these are all, most of these attached to rainbow pest control Phoenix. There are 30 people searching for that a month, and you guys are in the 43rd position for that. Okay, not bad, but you could be adding in more of those buyer intent keywords on the content of your website so that you're being found essentially for the services that you guys offer. Okay, so what happens when somebody needs your services? They're going to go to Google, they're going to search that high intent keyword, pest control Phoenix. And the first thing that comes up here is the sponsored section, which are ads. And sometimes they can work, but they can also be a money pit if your foundation of your website isn't dialed in. So be careful not to burn money with Google Ads until you know for sure that your site will convert. Okay, the next thing, number 2, that I want to talk to you about is citations. So if we come down here, we see this is the Google Map Pack or Google Maps, and you want to be in one of these top 3 positions. So what drives these is citations. And what are citations? You might be wondering. Citations are anywhere on the internet that your business name, address, and phone number are listed. And these are directories such as like Yelp, Better Business Bureau, social media profiles such as Facebook. So these guys at the top 3 are up here because they have the most amount of citations. So what you would want to do is look at where they're getting their citations from, like where they're listed. And there are programs that you can do that, such as like Whitespark. So you can see where their citations are at. You can go put your business in those same places. And then you don't want to just stop there. You want to add like 50 to 100 more. So you're not just sitting at the top, that you are like beating them by a landslide, right? And you want to be in one of these top 3 positions because this is where about 30% of your business should be coming from. Now let's talk about the third thing I wanted to go over with you today, and that's link juice or backlinks. And this third pillar will really help you dominate on Google. So under this search, Pest Control Phoenix, we come down here past the map pack, and this is called the organic section. And this is where about 70% of your business should be coming from. Okay. And so when I search that number 1 key term, Pest Control Phoenix, your website is not at the top, and that's where you want to be, right? So to get there, you need authority. So how do you get authority? Well, so think of it like this. When it comes down to backlinks, and a backlink is when one website links to another website online. So think like this. If site A links to site B, then site A is giving site B some of its link juice, kind of like a vote of confidence. And in Google's eyes, this is passing authority. So the more relevant the site, the more valuable the link. So let me give you an example. Say you buy all of your supplies from one company, like pest control materials, and that site then gives you a shout out on theirs with your website's link on it. And that is what gives you authority, right? So you don't want to have, like, for example, like Pizza Hut giving you a shout out on their site because you don't make pizzas, right? So here, when we go back to Ahrefs, we can look at, so here's your website again. You guys have 54 backlinks, which is not bad, but it's not dominant, right? Then looking at your competition, they have over 1,000 backlinks. And so what you would need to do, you can look in here and we can find where these backlinks are coming from. And we can, again, go get those same ones and then add more so that you're not just beating them out, but you're sitting pretty at the top. It's going to take them longer to catch up to you and get that top position back. So once again, we went over content. Your front page needs at least 1,500 more words on it. Citations, you want to have 200 to 300 of these to beat out the competition by a landslide. And link juice, you need more relevant sites pointing at you guys to show Google that you are the authority. Okay, so where do we go from here? Like I said, if you want to reach back out to me, if you like what you've heard, excellent. If you want to take the information I've given you and use it yourself, that's fine. But if you want to skip the learning curve, if you want to focus your energy on your next job, give me a call. My phone number is 907-957-1027. Again, my name is Natalie, and my phone number 907-957-1027. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.